Chandra Namaskara, the moon salutation. Chandra in Sanskrit means moon. And it's basically the same as Surya Namaskara, the sun salutation, except that we add in 2 more asanas. Utkatasana, the chair pose, and ardha, chandrasana, the half moon pose. And we're going to be doing 7 on each side, making it 14 rounds. The 14 rounds represent the 14 lunar phases. Chandra Namaskara is a very calming, balancing flow, and it holds the lunar energies, which are very cooling, relaxing, feminine, and creative. So you can practice Chandra Namaskara when the full moon is up, in the night, or at dawn. Come and practice with us. Thank you.
So now I'm going to guide a round of Chandra Namaskar. Lovely Sonia is going to be our model once again. So I'm going to guide verbally so that you can hear the verbal cues on how to explain how to get into most of the asanas. And then we'll break it down and do some hands-on assists. Okay, beautiful. So the only time that you do Tadasana, the first asana of Chandra Namaskar, is only at the beginning. So standing tall in Tadasana, the weight of your body is on both soles of the feet. Chest is nice and open, shoulders are back and down, fingers are active. So we're going to inhale and exhale into Pranamasana. Thumbs in line with the chest. Elbows are nice and open. On the next inhale, we're going to come into Utkatasana, chair pose. Keeping the chest just hovering over the knees, you can still see the tips of your toes. On the exhale, coming into Padahastasana, circling round. Relaxing the head. We're going to take the right leg back and come into Ashwasanchalanasana on the inhale. And exhale here, take a little break. On the next inhale, we're going to circle the arms round as the moon and come into Ardha Chandrasana. On the exhale, circle the arms back round and down, keeping the fingers in line with the toes. Take an inhale here and get ready to hold the breath when sliding back into Santolanasana. On the exhale, we're going to come down into Ashtanga Namaskar, 8-point salute. Inhale into Bhujang Asana, keeping those elbows tucked in. Exhale into Parvatasana, downward facing dog. Right leg is going to take a big step forward again here on the inhale. And bringing that knee down to the ground. Exhale in Ashwasanchalanasana. Again, crescent moon or half moon pose, hands together, inhale, and on the exhale, coming back down. Take an inhale here so that on the exhale, you can bring the feet together into Padahastasana, relax the head. On the next inhale, we're going to come into Utkatasana, chair pose, and keeping the hands together on the exhale, coming in directly into Pranamasana. Beautiful. So let's do some hands-on assists. So everything is the exact same as Surya Namaskar. The only thing that changes is Ardha Chandrasana after Ashwasanchalanasana, and most importantly, at the beginning, there's Utkatasana. So I still have her in Pranamasana. If we were doing the 7 on each side, then directly without stopping in Tadasana, we would go directly into Utkatasana. I'm just going to remind Sonia to keep breathing here as she is going to hold the position for me. Beautiful. So, Utkatasana. The main thing is that the feet are as close as comfortably possible. And the weight, again, is mainly trying to stay on the whole of the foot. You want to try and avoid tilting back and coming up on your heels or coming onto your tippy toes. All of the weight is on both of the feet. Ideally, your knees do not surpass your toes, so that would be exaggerated. We want to keep the knees in line, so a nice verbal cue is to say you can still see your toes when you're in Utkatasana. Again, the chest is hovering just over the knees. Sometimes people exaggerate it and really open up that lower back and come up here. Again, this is maybe a little bit too high. And her shoulders are curling up. So you want to say align the chest with the knees so that you can still see the toes. And the most important thing is that the arms are in line with the ears, yeah? You can look up, you can keep the hands together as well if you want, but then you would have to bring the arms up. There you go. So if this is really hard for you, you can separate the arms and keep them open. Both are correct. It's just a variation. The main thing is you want to keep that tailbone tucked down and not, can you give me like an exaggerated sticking your bum out? Yeah, this also seems to be a really common thing, other than her arms are starting to come down a little bit and we need them to come up. This hyperlordosis here in the lower back is too exaggerated. So it's, again, if I wanted to do a hands-on assist, there's two main ways to do this. So I'm going to get really close and personal with you, Sonia. I don't normally do this correction with that many students, but it is the most correct way. So you get up right tucked in so that they're pretty much sitting on you, and then you guide their arms. So that gives the student, and then nice and slowly you tell them to hold it and then move away. So that gives them a really good idea of how to hold utkatasana. Again, if you don't want to get that close and personal to your student, a nice little adjustment is one hand on the back, or perhaps 2 fingers on the back, 2 fingers on the chest so that they know to keep the chest open. Maybe a slight awareness, bringing that tailbone down and arms in line with the ears. I know it's a tough one to hold. Thank you so much. Take a bit of a breather, shake it out. Would you like me to show utkatasana and you correct me, just so that we show a little variation? So I'm going to be your model. So I'll do an exaggerated utkatasana, and then Sonia will come and correct.
One thing that you can do is like rotate the pelvis in the right position, because now she's overarching the lower back. So you can grab her on the the hips, sorry, and then with the thumbs on the lower back, can you just come back? Yeah, thank you. On the lower back, you just press the thumbs down, lifting those 2 fingers up on the hip bone. So that brings the tailbone in place. And if she's a little bit too high here, you can gently, verbally guide her to bring the chest a little bit forward, arms keeping straight in alignment with the ears. And same thing, you can like press your 2 fingers here, the thumb and the index, onto the shoulder blades here to keep them in place. And then gently, on the exhale, guide your student with the arms higher up. Yeah, she can bend a little bit more forward with the chest. Yeah, there we go. And then you can practice this adjustment on your student, always making sure that the tailbone is in and that she can still see her toes, and that is perfect. Thank you.
Okay, thank you. So coming back, we're going to show you the adjustment for ardha chandrasana. Yes. So if you want to make your way there, from padahastasana, and then let's do the right leg back into ashwasanchalanasana, and then she's going to circle the arms up. So this is called ardha, half. Chandra is moon, and asana is the position that we are in. It's the crescent moon or the half moon pose, because if you were to connect from the tips of the fingers all the way, this beautiful shape, all the way to her heel, that's the beautiful crescent moon shape. Okay, so again, we want to always make sure that the knee isn't surpassing the toes. This is a back bend, so it might not be that obvious, but can you come down and just shove your foot back a little bit so that we can show everyone the exaggerated, and plus it's not even that comfortable, because as soon as she brings her arms up, she's losing balance, and her back heel is actually coming off of the floor, and she's lost that lovely half or crescent moon shape. So let's correct your foot. Thank you. I just wanted to show what it would look like if it was done in the exaggerated manner. So beautiful. So it's really nice to keep that knee either directly above the ankle or just hovering over the toes, but never surpassing. And then again, that back toe, it can, if we were doing Ardha Chandrasana in a separate asana, it would be untucked, but because we're going to be doing 14 of these, 7 right and 7 left, we're going to tuck in the toe just to keep it nice and fast and flowy. So again, so her arms are in line with the ears, her hands are together. There's a few ways that you can correct this. So one way is I'm gonna, obviously making sure that she's okay with me doing the hands-on assists. I'm gonna come and she's gonna clasp her hands just behind my neck. And I'm gonna guide my hands on her shoulder blades, and I'm just really gently pulling back so that she can open up her chest. So that's one way. Another way, if we wanted to do it even stronger, is I'm gonna come right up close and personal, and she's gonna bring her hands, together. You can either hold on to me or just hold on to your fingers, cross your fingers, and hold on behind you. So this gives me a little bit more steadiness with her. I can place one knee into her lower back. I don't know if you can see white on white here, and I'm holding on. And so then again, so here, it lets us lean back together and her arms are in line with her ears. So bringing you back. Again, the main problem is, sorry, take a little breather, and I just want to say one last thing. I know it's a hard one. If you want to switch legs, we can do that. Yeah. So there's one main problem, especially for people like me who are short, is if the person is really tall, like Sonia, the problem is sometimes even if you place their hands underneath or behind your head or your underneath your arms, you still can't really reach or manipulate them because they're so tall. So I'll just show you the one last adjustment that you can do whenever you're ready, coming back into ardha chandrasana. Beautiful. So again, making sure that the hips are square. Sometimes they tend to kind of turn towards the open side because it's easier, but that means that they're not in line, and so you're not getting that psoas stretch on the left psoas muscle. So making sure that the hips are square. You can always help give a little bit of stability, bringing your feet on either side of the knee. And if it were someone who was way too tall for me to correct, because I'm small, I would grab their fingers in my hands, clasp my fingers above theirs, and just very gently pull up while I tell them to sink down. Yeah? So that's another adjustment. Sonia, would you like to correct me? And so we see a bit of a different... You're going to have to speak up because you're not wearing the mic. But we'll give it a try. So I'm going to come into ardha chandrasana from Ashwasanchalanasana.
Perfect. Yeah, basically not much more to add. Your adjustments were very complete and already perfect. The thing that you can, always checking here if everything is in alignment, that's perfect. Always checking the hips, and that the knee is also in alignment with the heel. Hips are square, chest opening. If you want to not go as intimate and as close to your student, one simple thing you can do again with those two fingers, the thumb and the index, I'm just placing myself behind her, next to her, with these two fingers on her shoulder blades, taking a deep inhale, guiding her, and on the exhale, you're going to be guiding her backwards, but supporting her with the two fingers. Or you can even do the same as Arti showed you here with those fingers here, but like whatever feels good, and then bringing the arms straight, checking that everything's perfect, inviting your student to stay, hold it here, and then exhaling, coming back. That's all.
Beautiful. Thank you.
Thank you.
Okay, so that completes our hands-on assists of Chandra Namaskara. Thank you so much.
Okay, good. Come to the front of your yoga mat, feet together. We're going to take our tree pose, Tadasana. Rolling the shoulders back and down, arms close to the body, straightening the fingers. Fingers are active, pelvis in, tuck the navel to the spine, opening the chest. Connecting with your breath. Good. Inhale, circle the arms up. Exhale, Pranayama. Inhale, circle the arms forward into Utkatasana. Exhale, circle them down in Padahastasana. Inhale, right foot back in Ashwasanchalanasana. Exhale, pause. Inhale, circle the arms up, Ardha Chandrasana. Exhale down, Ashva Sanchalanasana. Take a new inhale here. Hold Sanchalanasana. Exhale, Ashtanga Namaskara. Inhale, Bhujangasana. Exhale, Parvatasana. Inhale, Ashva Sanchalanasana. Move the right foot forward. Exhale, pause. Inhale, circle the arms up again, Ardha Chandrasana. Exhale, down, back in Ashva Sanchalanasana. Inhale again. Exhale, Padahastasana, feet together. Inhale, circle the arms forward in Utkatasana. And exhale, come back in Pranamasana. Inhale, Utkatasana. Exhale, Padahastasana. Inhale, Ashva Sanchalanasana. Exhale, pause. Inhale, Ardha Chandrasana. Exhale, Ashva Sanchalanasana. Inhale again. Hold Sanchalanasana. Exhale, Ashtanga Namaskara. Inhale, Bhujangasana. Exhale, Parvatasana. Inhale, Ashva Sanchalanasana. Exhale. Inhale, Ardha Chandrasana. Exhale, Ashva Sanchalanasana. Inhale. Exhale, Padahastasana. Inhale, Utkatasana. Exhale, Pranamasana. Inhale, Utkatasana. Exhale, Padahastasana. Inhale, Ashva Sanchalanasana. Exhale. Inhale, Ardha Chandrasana. Exhale, Ashva Sanchalanasana. Inhale again. Hold Sanchalanasana. Exhale, Ashtanga Namaskara. Inhale, Bhujangasana. Exhale, Parvatasana. Inhale, Ashva Sanchalanasana. Exhale, pause. Inhale, Ardha Chandrasana. Exhale. Inhale. Exhale. Padahastasana. Inhale, Utkatasana. Exhale, Pranamasana. Inhale, Utkatasana. Exhale, Uttanasana. Inhale, Ashva Sanchalanasana. Exhale, stay. Inhale, Ardha Chandrasana. Exhale, Ashva Sanchalanasana. Inhale. Hold Sanchalanasana. Exhale, Ashtanga Namaskara. Inhale, Bhujangasana. Exhale, Parvatasana. Inhale, Ashva Sanchalanasana. Exhale, stay. Inhale, Ardha Chandrasana. Exhale, Ashva Sanchalanasana. Inhale. Exhale, Padahastasana. Inhale, Utkatasana. Exhale, Pranamasana. Inhale, Utkatasana. Exhale, Padahastasana. Inhale, Ashva Sanchalanasana. Exhale, stay. Inhale, Ardha Chandrasana. Exhale, Ashva Sanchalanasana. Inhale, hold Sanchalanasana. Exhale, Ashtanga Namaskara. Inhale, Bhujangasana. Exhale, Parvatasana. Inhale, Ashva Sanchalanasana. Exhale. Inhale, Ardha Chandrasana. Exhale, Ashva Sanchalanasana. Inhale again. Exhale, Padahastasana. Inhale, Utkatasana. Exhale, Pranamasana. Inhale, Utkatasana. Exhale, Uttanasana. Inhale, Ashva Sanchalanasana. Exhale. Inhale, Ardha Chandrasana. Exhale. Inhale again. Hold Sanchalanasana. Exhale, Ashtanga Namaskara. Inhale, Bhujangasana. Exhale, Parvatanasana. Inhale, Ashva Sanchalanasana. Exhale. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale, Utkatasana. Exhale, Pranamasana. Inhale, Utkatasana. Exhale, Uttanasana. Inhale, Ashva Sanchalanasana. Exhale. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale again. Hold. Exhale. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale, Ashva Sanchalanasana. Exhale. Inhale. Half moon. Exhale. Inhale. Exhale, Padahastasana. Inhale, Utkatasana. Exhale, Pranamasana. Now we're going to be doing the left side. Inhale, Utkatasana. Exhale, Padahastasana. Inhale, left foot back. Chandrasana. Exhale, stay. Inhale, ardha chandrasana. Exhale. Inhale, hold. Exhale, Ashtanga Namaskara. Inhale, Bhujangasana. Exhale, Parvatasana. Inhale, left foot forward again. Chandrasana. Exhale, hold. Inhale, ardha chandrasana. Exhale. Inhale again. Exhale, Padahastasana. Inhale, Utkatasana. Exhale, Pranamasana. Inhale, Utkatasana. Exhale, Padahastasana. Inhale, Chandrasana on the left again. Exhale, stay. Inhale, Ardha Chandrasana. Exhale. Inhale, hold. Santulanasana. Exhale, Ashtanga Namaskara. Inhale, Bhujangasana. Exhale, Parvatasana. Inhale, Ashvasanchalanasana. Exhale. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale. Exhale, Padahastasana. Inhale, Utkatasana. Exhale, Pranamasana. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale. Ashvasanchalanasana. Exhale, stay. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale. Hold. Santulanasana. Exhale. Ashtanga Namaskara. Inhale. Bhujangasana. Exhale. Parvatasana. Inhale. Ashvasanchalanasana. Exhale. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale. Exhale, Padahastasana. Inhale, Utkatasana. Exhale, Pranamasana. Inhale, Utkatasana. Exhale, Padahastasana. Inhale, left. Exhale. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale. Hold. Exhale. Inhale, Bhujangasana. Exhale, Parvatasana. Inhale, Ashvasanchalanasana. Exhale. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale, Utkatasana. Exhale. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale. Hold. Exhale. Ashtanga Namaskara. Inhale. Exhale. Parvatasana. Inhale. Ashvasanchalanasana. Exhale. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale. Exhale, Padahastasana. Inhale, Utkatasana. Exhale, Pranamasana. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale. Hold. Exhale. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale. Exhale, Padahastasana. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale. Ashvasanchalanasana. Exhale. Inhale. X. In. Hold. X, in, X, in, X, in, X, in, X, Padasana, in, Utkatasana, X, Pranamasana. Bring your right hand onto your center, heart center. Bring your left hand behind your back, integrating, feeling the benefits of Chandra Namaskara in your whole body, calming the breath, closing the eyes if that feels good. And whenever you feel ready, you can come back and open the eyes.